Hi everybody. I decided to add a new aspect to my channel that I'm going to be using it sort of more as a vlog where I can just come and post, and I'm not going to put the fancy stuff at the beginning or at the end, so I can just upload it directly and it doesn't have to be beautiful and it's not going to be edited, and I'm sorry. But yeah, because my husband's working a lot and I'm having to tweak everything around his schedule, and I really wanted to post a video and I was tired of waiting, so yeah, here you go. I don't know where I'm physically, mentally at today. I've found that lately I've been doing my winter thing and becoming a hermit. I don't open the curtains. I don't do anything. I just sit in and I get almost too introspective. So what I'm doing is being very open today. I'm really cleaning again for the house. Not that we were living in a pigsty, just it was getting a little out of hand. So I did my huge house clean this morning. You can tell by the beautiful hairstyle. I know you like it, don't be jealous. And I opened the curtains. I'm letting all the light in, whereas typically I'd be sitting here doing something spiritually, just on my little couch corner doing my thing. And if you hear that little tick in the background, that's my rabbit. He's thirsty and we bring them in for the winter, so their hutch is chilling over there. So I'm sorry if that's annoying. I can't do anything about it. I have to listen to it. So do you. But yeah, I'm kind of swamped lately, and this is my first winter where I've been happy in probably 4 years, 5 years-ish. I have this thing with depression. It's a thing is the best way I can describe it. And I've sort of turned over a new leaf, and I'm noticing that instead of being the destructive time for winter that it typically is for me, I'm getting the renewal essence of winter. Finally. So I'm using it to the fullest of my ability, but I think I'm overloading myself. I'm been really, really busy. I'm taking a life coaching course online, and I haven't been doing what I should be there. I'm not behind by too much. It's just a few classes, but you do them by a certain date anyway, and it's all this stuff. So I have more than enough time. If I'm not called to do something, or I don't have that inclination to really do it at that time, if I don't have to, obviously if I have a deadline, I'll buckle down and do something. But if I don't have to do it right now and I'm not getting that calling to do it, I don't, because I don't believe it turns out how I want it to. Maybe it's an excuse, I don't know, I really believe it, so. But I've been sort of turning over this new leaf in my tarot and using it as a tool not only for divination and helping other people, but for sort of my own personal development and healing myself and all this fun stuff that I'm doing this winter. And well, I might as well just tell you. I'm, again, as I say in every other video, American witch living in the UK. And I've been married since June, and it's been all good and happy dandy. But this whole visa process is just scaring me to death. I panic with authority, which is really bad, but that's what always kept me in line when I was a kid. I wrote this recently in my latest blog post. I was a good kid to the point of annoyance. It pissed me off that I was such a good kid, but I couldn't compute to be any other way. I was too terrified of what could potentially happen. So for the longest time, my shadow self would not let me take risks based off of this thing of abuse that happened to me as a child. I did not want to take risks for the chance of being hurt. And while before it was like a coping mechanism and self-preservation during this time where I was literally going through hell, it kind of twisted itself once it didn't have to be that anymore and all that stopped. It sort of went to life preservation, self-preservation in a different way that sort of made me a goody two-shoes and really annoying. Sort of. So I didn't really fully come out of my shell and fight to become me until I was about 19 or so, where I really put my foot down, and my first big choice that I made by myself was to screw it, I'm moving to the UK to be with the person I want to be with, because he physically cannot live in America right now due to healthcare and his brain tumor. We wouldn't be able to live. They have standardized, free healthcare here in the UK. His health was more important than my schooling. Not everyone else agreed, but I hightailed it out of there. But when I first left to come over here, they were talking about, I'll give you some backstory. They were talking about my husband having to get an operation, a severe operation where it was a very, very risky thing. Where try not to get emotional, if he woke up, he would not know me. So, I sort of jumped the gun based off of emotion because I've always been listen to your heart, not your mind. So much. Don't let that overtake. If you have this gut feeling to do something, do it. And that's what I've always lived my life by. My heart is on my sleeve, and that is how I live. So I came over, and the flight was hell. I'd never left my country ever before in my life. And I got here, and they were absolutely horrendous to me at immigration. Horrendous. Now, based on how I'd been in my life, I froze. I did not know how to handle it, and I did not know what to do. Because I'm a goody two-shoes. I'm a good person. I was an honors student, never got a parking ticket. I was always the good one doing the right things. And here I am being detained. And for what? Giving up my whole life and moving? Okay. Sounds good. Shit. So, I have a lot of animosity. But, Benji, stop it. You're so loud. You don't need that much water. You're fine. Animals. They're lucky I love them. But, what's basically happened now is that today my husband has sent me the text message that he's printed out our visa form. And we're gonna get it done before Christmas. I'm absolutely, pardon the language, fucking terrified. Because based off of this and what happened, I couldn't go outside for the first 7 months living here after I got here, the second time I came over. I couldn't go outside by myself. I could not walk to the corner shop without having an anxiety attack. And I thought that was pathetic. I felt terrible about it. I felt like a weakling. And obviously that's not the correct way to handle it, but it's how I felt. And it's just, I don't know how to process it. And because I've been so positive lately, and I haven't had to try since I went to my shadow work, and I discovered exactly what my shadow was, and the fact that my shadow loved me, it cared for me, it was trying to protect me the only way it knew it could, which was talking down on myself, being negative to myself, and not really knowing why, because I don't have a lot of things in life that I regret. I don't have a lot of things in my life that I'm ashamed of. So there was no reason for such self-loathing that I had. But just under the surface, and you can go to my blog if you want all the intimate details of it, I won't go into it here. But it was just trying to protect me. And ever since I realized that that's exactly what it was doing, I graduated into adulthood, and I realized that I don't have to do this petty self-hatred stuff anymore. That I know of other ways that I can protect myself that are more healthy, that are more spiritually enriched, that are just overall better for me, that I don't have to absolutely hate myself when everything in my life, well, other than I can't work in this whole visa thing, but compared to some people, that's cake, that's fine. But other than that sort of looming over me, everything in my life's fine. I'm good. I have everything I need. I have a roof over my head. I have a ton of pets that love me, that I can take care of. I have my husband, who's fantastic, who's everything I ever wanted, who completely understands me on every single level, which is really difficult to do, because I'm kind of, different and weird. So, you can see Domo. He's back there. Yeah. So, yeah, I have all my little weird quirks, but he totally gets that. So everything fits. So I realized I didn't have to be that way. But tying back to my original things, I'm sort of going off on the tangent between the shadow work because I'm really proud of that. I'm really happy with where I am with it because for the first time in my life, I'm happy. For the first time in nearly 22 years, I feel what true happiness feels like. And that's huge. That's absolutely huge. So I keep wanting to talk about it, so I'm sorry. But don't get me wrong. I'm happy that this visa thing's going to happen. And I'm happy that we're finally getting there. I mean, I've lived here since last October, so I've just been sitting and sitting and sitting and trying to figure out where I'm at, who the hell I am, and what the hell I'm going to do when the time comes for me to be legally able to do that. But now the guinea pig's thirsty. They're just ridiculous. Are you done? No. So, he's talking about having it done in a couple of weeks. And it sort of was a shock to my happy system, and I'm trying not to revert because it's a risk. It's a huge risk, and it's an anxiety-filled huge risk. So that combined with everything else and where I'm at, and I'm finally at a good standing for the first time that I can remember, I don't want to go. I don't want to risk fucking it up because I'm terrible. I'll stutter. I sweat. I instantly look like I have something to hide or that I just did something. It's terrible. It's the, one friend that you have that's in the cop car with you that just won't, that constantly looks like they're into something. And it's just like, shut up, calm down, and they can't. I'm like that. So, I'm sort of trying to tie this into a lesson that I need to get this anxiety under control because everything else I'm at a good sort of happy standing. Everything else is good. I just need to work on this. So what I was trying to do was do some healing work through my tarot, which is something I've picked up in the last week or so, that I've been using my tarot as a way of self-development and everything like I mentioned before. But I don't know what card to pick. Another way for my psyche not to do it. Oh no, just panic, it's okay. Don't do it. It's that shadow trying to get up again, so I'm realizing I also have to do some more shadow work. And I mean, I understand that it's going to be a constant thing, like no, pull back, back off, I got it, back off, I got it. But I didn't know it'd be so soon. And I'm trying to not take it like I normally would. Like, oh, I failed, like a complete fallback, like, oh, just totally putting myself back into my winter cocoon, because this is absolutely the worst season for me. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, happy holidays. But I would cocoon. And I'm trying so hard to not fall back into that. And that combined with I'm trying to make my ECourse to launch January 1st, maybe the first week if I don't get it done soon. Because again, I've been more driven to working with all these fun development books and stuff that I'm working with right now. And I don't have that drive, that calling immediate right now to get it done. Now I know it's a month away and I can probably do it. And if I have one afternoon where I just feel boom, 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 which is typically how I do it, I can't schedule it. I get a burst and I go. And that's the day where I get more than half of it done. But I just have this looming fear, again, shadow coming up, that I'm not going to get it done. Oh God, maybe I shouldn't do it in the first place. Maybe now's not the right time. But I know intuitively that I have to wait for that spark. But I'm, again, combined with all this major stress, because this is a major freaking deal. Because if I go and they think I'm weird, or if they don't like me for whatever reason, or if they interrogate me, which, again, again, I cocoon. Because they're just, and they have to make sure that you're you and what you're over here to do is fine. And it doesn't matter what you gave up. It doesn't matter if your grandfather and father hate you and don't want to talk to you. It doesn't matter. That's not evidence. They can't prove that. It doesn't matter if you love your husband to bits. You can't scientifically prove that. And it's just, you're totally berated by all these strangers around you. And you feel like a criminal even though you know you're not doing anything wrong. Now, we've looked into this whole process, and supposedly we're not going to be separated. We're not going to have to deal with the interrogational stuff. We've done that a couple of times through different means, like I had to be talked to in order for us to get married and all that stuff, and I handled that fine. But the lady was really nice, so that helped. But I don't know. I'm sort of in this spiritual helping myself area. And I know it's what I need, so I'm not forcing myself out of it. The course gets done, good. If everything gets done, good. But I feel like I really need to be here. And I really need to focus on having this be my first healing and rejuvenating winter season. All that being said, I need to pick a card. Because I need to figure out how to heal this anxiety. Yes, I meditate. Yes, I paint. Yes, I do all this stuff. But all of this stuff isn't going to give me the confidence when I can't meditate on the spot. When I can't take out my brushes and paint and get it all out and just get all that frustration. I'm going to need to figure out what card to use and draw the strength upon for the weeks coming up, and I don't know what card that is. And I don't want to focus on the negative. I don't want to pick the card that embodies the situation that you're in and you want it to get better. No, I want to focus on the positive and try to figure out which card I want to physically be and embody for this situation. And my God, it's not easy. Well, I'll stop ranting your ear off, but that's sort of what I'm dealing with at the moment. And this is unedited. This is me with my gorgeous hair and no makeup and freaking out because in a few weeks my life is in the damn balance and I don't like it. Comes with being not an air sign. Why did I say air? Ugh. Comes with being an earth sign and being raised by a Virgo. We like control. And my shadow does not like risks. It doesn't like me getting hurt. It's the annoying babysitter that has all those stupid wipes every time you go down the slide. Antibacterial attack. That's what it's doing to me. And I'm fighting it so hard and I'm so nervous about it. And I know I won't completely fall back. I just, after having the taste of what life is, I can't. But I don't want to fall at all. Not even a little. I'll figure it out. I'll get my cards. Fuck it, we'll do it now. I don't care, the video's already almost 20 minutes. Let's get it. Alright, kids. Let's go through this. Oh, yay. First one's death. How lovely. Every card has a good thing, but, it's not what I'm looking for right this second. I'm wondering if I should stick with the majors for this. Because I kind of have a few in mind. But, let me see here. That's what I want. My birth card that I've been researching is the High Priestess. I'm also big on Queen of Pentacles. So I don't know who is going to best serve me. Where's this lady? I don't know who's going to best serve me in this situation. Well, we have it down to the 2. Okay. Let me see. Alright, that's my High Priestess card. Gorgeous, beautiful lady. And this is my Queen of Pentacles card. Another gorgeous, beautiful lady. Yay! Let's take this one at a time. The High Priestess, she's very intuitive, she's contemplative. She has a lot of wisdom in her. I'm sort of making my own little diagram, if you will, of word associations that I'm getting from just looking at this card, regardless of the meaning that I already know. It's a very spiritual card with a lot of fog, a lot of white, a lot of off neutrals. And she's holding that inner light in her hand. And she knows exactly what she wants and what she has. High Priestess. Queen of Pentacles, earthbound lady. Surrounded by nature, grounded, centered. Confident looking, very, very confident looking. More so than the High Priestess, she looks very wise, like a wise sage, but she looks very, very, very confident. Down to earth. I think it'll be Queen. It'll be Queen. She's sort of embodying everything I need to be for this, and how I need to maintain my cool and not look stupid. She's exerting that confidence in herself that I really want to exert in this. Well, I'm gonna go now, guys. Love you all. Blessings. It's time for me to start some healing and anxiety work, as you can tell. So, yeah. Hope you all are having a good day. I'm having a good one. Just gonna have some work in it. So, feel free to comment if you have any suggestions on how to handle anxiety through tarot or through anything else if you want to help me out. That'd be much appreciated. I always like to hear from you guys. So, alright. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.